I'm Gloria Strode and welcome to Straightforward. Today I'm so excited. Some of my fabulous friends from the Albany State University has come today to share with us. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Well, you all have, I guess we are all mature now, as someone said, seasoned.
Very much
you
so.
said in the parking lot. So we're really not old. We are seasoned. But you all have continued such great work in the community with Albany State, and you all are part of the Pan-Hellenic Council. Exactly what is that?
Actually, what the Pan-Hellenic Council is, we're the Albany metro area chapter of the National Pan-Hellenic Council Incorporated, and it's a organization composed of what we call the Divine Nine, the Greek letter organizations. That's composing members of all of those organizations, and what we have come together to do is pool our resources and the talents that we have for those common initiatives that all Greek letter organizations support to be a more effective leader and a more effective resource in the Southwest Georgia community in Albany, Georgia.
Okay, so this council is really, your mission is to make the community better, and you take on different initiatives.
Yes.
Now, we have a diverse viewership. So people might not understand, because we came from the Albany State University, which is one of the fabulous HBCUs, historical black colleges and universities. But we do have viewers that might not be familiar with what the Divine Nine is. So can you share with us what the Divine Nine is?
The Divine Nine is a collection of 9 fraternities and sororities that were founded, that are housed on various universities and colleges all across the country, really. The difference between, and they're all white, they're all fraternities and sororities on the predominantly white campuses. However, the difference between us and them is that when we leave college, we continue to support the communities that we're living in after we've left college.
Okay, and so the Divine Nine would be the AKAs,
the deltas, the kappas,
omegas,
zetas, sigmas, sigma, gamma, rho.
Okay.
And when they do iota phi theta, which there are not a lot in our particular area.
Okay, and so it's those traditional ones that we know of, and that's the thing I want to share, because we have people from all parts of, we're in Columbus, Fort Benning, so we have people from all over the world. So we always want to educate our viewers so they'll know exactly what we're talking about.
And to that end, our organizations are located all over the world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, but if you have not had the experience of knowing or being a part of a historical black college or university, the Divine Nine is just like in other professions. We use these terms and acronyms that if people not affiliated with it, Mr. Ivy, then they might not know what it is. So we have to make sure that when we're educating, we're bringing everyone along. So you pledged. When did you pledge? You are.
I'm a member of Kappa Alpha Psi
I see the crimson and
cream.
Yes, my neighbor is too, Dr. Pruitt. Yes.
Yes, fall 1978 at Albany State College.
At the Albany State. Yes. And but it was very different then than what it is now. I think it's probably, would we say, easier, or because it seemed to me that you all would just studying hard and working hard. You know, when I saw people pledging, it was different.
It was more exposed at the time. It's still the process of learning lots of material, learning about your organization's history and so forth. But it was just displayed more at the time when we were in school. Right.
And of course, Ivy and those Alpha guys would be down on the yard around the plots and things like that. So when you were going to eat and going back and forth to the dorms, you would see people, you know, on campus, and a lot of the newer facilities, other non-traditional schools, they don't have those plots and things like that.
All of our organizations have removed most of the display from the campuses when we're doing the membership process. And you really don't necessarily know until the new members are presented in a public setting.
Right. And so that's when you'll have that gathering around. Of course, now at homecoming, people were gathered. That was a meeting place. They would say, well, I'm on this side of the campus or that side. Can you meet me at this location, at AKAs in front of the dorm and that kind of thing, because some of us have been gone away for a long time, like 40 years. And so if you want to connect with your old friends, you have to pick a familiar place. Right.
And that continues, and that will continue for a while. Most of us, when we come back to the colleges and universities where we were initiated at, we seek those spots and where we know those people will be. And that is still a public affair. But becoming a member of the organization is no longer a public affair.
Oh, really? Wow. Because I remember at homecoming, you would have people in the different little, and they would be moving around about during halftime and on the campus, and so all of that has kind of changed. But there was a lot of learning going on beside the social side.
And we had information about fraternities, and we also have people who are learning and being trained to present services in the community in our processes more now than we really were when we were in college. When we were in college, we did our services after we were initiated, but now you have to demonstrate your capabilities and your commitment to service in the process of coming into our organizations as opposed to after you've gotten in there, so we can see your work.
Exactly. I think that's a very good policy, right, because if that's a part of what the mission is, then certainly we want people that's willing to work. Because in order to be a leader, you all need to be a servant as well. And sometimes people get confused. They think it's just all about, you know, the glamour of it. But you have to be able to humble yourself and serve your community. Well, I am so very excited that you all came today. I'm just looking forward to talking to some of our fellow Rams that traveled with you. You all make me so proud when I drove up and saw you all in the parking lot and looking like the $1 million that you all have made. I'm still trying to get there, but certainly it does my heart very well when I see the people that I know. We've traveled some of that journey together, and that you all are continuing to make a difference in the community. And I thank you so much. What we're going to do now is go to our break, and we're going to bring some more of our friends.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. We'll be right back after word from some of our sponsors. Straightforward is brought to you by Chalk by Quincy, introduces Excellence Redefined, timepieces of the finest technology, luxury, and class with tons of style at chalklifestyle.com. Renal Associates, LLC, a team of physicians dedicated to excellent kidney care with 5 convenient locations to serve you. Stark Avenue, Columbus, Bradley Park, Columbus, Lafayette Parkway, LaGrange, East Burkhalter Avenue, Buena Vista, and Springs Street in Warm Springs. The Framing Factory and Art Gallery, specializing in quality art and framing for all your needs. Original etchings, limited editions, and prints. Call Carlton Dickey today at 706-324-3823 or visit the Art Gallery at 1325 17th Street in Columbus.
Come meet your new best friend at Paws Humane.
Adopting from your shelter makes sense. You get a great friend checked by our vet. They're fixed, all shots, microchipped, all ready to make you and your family's life better. 4900 Milton Road, Columbus. Paws Humane.
Come meet your new best friend at Paws Humane.
Welcome back to Straightforward. I'm continuing my conversation with my awesome alumni friends from the Albany State University. Well, E. Charles, we were these young teenage people, and of course your wife Angie and I lived in the same dorm.
Right.
Now we are mature people with gray hair, but that's a blessing.
It's a
That
blessing.
means we've lived long enough to become senior citizens.
Correct.
And some of our classmates didn't make it. But you have been busy. I know you're busy with the National Alumni Association because I see your name on different things, correspondence, and you're a part of this Pan-Hellenic Council.
Right.
And of course you were Alpha,
Yes.
was back then, still hanging
Still there.
in, still working, doing it good for the neighborhood.
Right.
But you wanted to share with us some of the projects that you all have been doing in the community. So share with us some of those.
Okay, with the Pan-Hellenic, the Albany Metro Pan-Hellenic chapter in Albany, we for a long time have been doing a number of activities, all the Greek letter organizations together. We do voter registration.
Very important.
And we do, we look beyond just voter registration, just getting people registered to vote, but trying to educate them as to why they need to vote. And tie it into what affects them, because a lot of people, when you ask them about registering to vote, they may say it doesn't affect me.
Right.
But when you point out to them how it affects them, then they have second thoughts about it and may go and register. We work with the students on Albany State University's campus to try and get them involved in voting. And that's going to be one of the things we'll tackle again this year, hopefully.
You just try to mobilize the troops.
To mobilize them and basically ensure that they are familiar with where they are supposed to vote, or how the voting process works when you're out of your hometown. Because a lot of them may come to Albany, say from Atlanta or somewhere, and they don't make any changes. So they will either have to vote absentee ballot or go back home, and we're trying to educate them.
Right, because we don't want them to skip voting. But I think it's important that they do vote. And it's also important you all are educating them, because I hear that a lot.
Right.
It's not going to make a difference. It does make a difference. It makes a difference because when we vote, we decide who our judges will be, our district attorneys, and our other representatives. And we need to have people at the table that can fight even when the issues come up about our HBCUs.
Correct.
Right. And so when did you pledge? I know I see you Z5B.
Well, I pledged in the Grand Chapter in 2004.
In Albany?
In Albany,
Uh-huh.
yes. So I'm new on the council as well. I'm one of the new members. So I'm not as involved as they are not right now.
Well, you are learning.
Yes, I'm
but
still
that's
learning.
okay. But that's what it takes. You have to be able to sit at the feet of those that have gone before you. That makes you a good leader. So when, somebody else step off the stage, then you can pick up the baton. So you're just moving around in the community with them as well, but you are Albany State alumni.
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. All right. So they've gotten you involved. And of course, a lot of you I know are already retired. So you have all of this time to really make a difference. But what you were saying about the students and them understanding, we are in a political season. If they are registered at home, they cannot. If they register in Albany, then they're no longer going to be able to vote at home. So we have to make sure that people are not trying to vote in two places, because then, we have some political talking heads that will say it's voter fraud. But sometimes it's just a lack of knowledge. So
Right.
you all are working to make sure that they understand that.
Make sure they understand, and they may want to vote in their home city.
So they'll do an absentee
So
or
we
drive
encourage
there.
them to do an absentee ballot.
Right.
Two things we try to push: absentee ballot and early
Voting. Yes.
Because a lot of cases, like in May, when there's an election in Albany, the students will be out of school.
Right.
So they need to do absentee ballot or do early voting as soon as the date is set for early voting, to go down and take care of that business, rather
Right.
than not being able to vote or wait until the last day.
And so you all go on to campus, and so we're bringing in freshmen, because some of them coming in, they're 17, they're going to turn 18, but if you're 17 and a half, and you're going to turn 18 before the election, you can register them to vote. So you all are getting those freshmen when they come in as well?
We have gone to football games set up there, the first home game of the season. We have worked with the different organizations on campus, Student Government Association, when they have a voter registration drive. We have in years past worked with them on getting the students registered to vote.
Oh, okay. And so in the community, of course, we're working with our students, but what are we doing out in the community? Do we have initiatives that we work with students that might be interested in going to college, but they're not there? Are we doing any mentoring? Are those types of things going on with the council?
You mean as far as the students that we work with? Each organization has a number of students that they work with from elementary, middle, and high school. And in those areas, we always encourage or direct students to for going to a higher education, or
Right.
doing, even if it's not going to college, to a four-year university, to go to a trade school or the military.
Right.
Something to get you beyond high school.
Right. You need to do something post-secondary.
Right.
Yeah, you really do. And the military, you know, we're here at Fort Benning and we graduate soldiers every week. But a lot of them go into the military because that's a way of getting having, you know, a career and getting an education and seeing the world. So a lot of us don't take that same route where we graduate and go straight into the Albany State University. Some of us, we might want to go and get a trade.
Right.
And so that's why your Greek organizations, you all have youth that you're mentoring and you are out in the community working. Is it Zetas? Do you all have organization out in the community and you're
Yes,
working
we
with
have.
young ladies?
Yes, we do. We have Z Hope.
What is it?
Z Hope.
Z Hope?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Zeta helping other people to excel through
Zeta
mind, body.
helping other people to excel.
Yes.
Oh,
through
very
mind, body,
good.
and soul.
Mind, body, and soul.
Yes.
That's the first I've heard of that.
Yes.
And of course, my chapter president here in Columbus of the Albany State Alumni Group is Mary Presley. So, I mean, she's a serious Zeta. But that's the first that I've heard of that, Zeta Hope. So you all are boots on the ground, working with the young ladies, you know, trying to make sure that you direct their path
Right.
to being great women, but higher education.
That's right.
That's really good. So is it very costly to be a part of this, or it's?
Not really. Each organization has a set fee that they pay yearly, and at times we will try to have fundraisers. Like our signature program may cost what it's called Teen Summit.
Okay.
We just had it a few weeks ago. The budget for that is probably around $300, but we chip in. And we partnership with the court systems of Dougherty County.
Very
they brought in
good.
about 30 or 40 students to the program this year. And we'll take care of the food for the breakfast, and they took care of the food for the afternoon snacks.
Okay.
We have
And that was the Teen
Summit. Yeah.
And it's free. And
it's free.
Okay.
All of the organizations bring the children that they work with, as well as other groups in the community. I think this year we had in the neighborhood of about 140 or 50 students
Wow.
at Albany Tech. And over the 10 years since the beginning of the program, we have touched bases with over 12 to 1,500 students.
Really?
Telling them about college, how to act if they're stopped by a policeman.
Right.
And this year we had 4 young ladies, high school and middle school, who are entrepreneurs, and they brought their products to display and encourage other students to get involved in things of that nature.
All right. Well, you all are doing great things, and I'm so excited, and thank you so much for coming. We're going to go to our sponsors, and then we'll talk to our next set of friends.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be right back after word from some of our sponsors. Straightforward is brought to you by Warrior Outreach. Contact Command Sergeant Major Retired Sam Rhodes or Kathy Rhodes. The Hugel Foundation, enriching the community through Christian music support, community outreach, and the Georgia Through Photography Project. For more information, call B at 706-568-6431. Progressive Funeral Home, family owned and operated since 1952. The George Ford legacy of high standards continues today in the compassionate and professional services provided. A touch of dignity for those who care. Progressive Funeral Home, 4235 St. Mary's Road, trusted by generations. Best Care, transforming minds and bodies, leading the way in the latest techniques of medical weight loss and wellness. Certified in family medicine and bariatrics, Dr. Blunt is ready to assist in the transformation of your mind and body. Call today, 706-221-6477, or visit bestcarecolumbus.com. East Alabama Endocrinology, educating and caring for those living with diabetes in Alabama and Georgia. 1400 Bradley Lake Boulevard, 3320 Skyway Drive, Suite 602, Opelika. Take charge of diabetes and live your best life. Kia Chambers School Board at Large, the Gold Star Program. Paving the path to success through academic achievement, student empowerment, leadership development, and citizenship. Encouraging all students to reach for the stars. And welcome back to Straightforward. I'm continuing my conversation with those awesome Albany State University graduates. I am so delighted that you all came today, and you are going to share with us about scholarships.
Yes, ma'am.
You all work very hard in the communities, all of the Greek organizations, but then the Pan-Hellenic Council, you all come together and you do more work. So your groups work individually and then you work collectively.
Yes.
All right, have this great collaborative effort. So explain to our audience how the scholarship works.
Okay. We have 2 scholarships that we're currently giving out to Albany Technical College as well as Albany State University.
Okay.
What
is the requirement
for the student?
For the student that might want to apply for that scholarship?
They have to be either attending one of those colleges,
okay,
or to receive the scholarship.
Okay. What is it? GPA? Is it good citizenship? What's the criteria?
All of
can
that
anyone can just apply, or
no, ma'am. All of that plays a role. The GPA as well as what they're doing in the community.
Oh, they have to have community service.
Correct.
That is so important.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, every year we run into parents that when it's time to apply for colleges, a lot of their children have not done any volunteer work, any community service outside of whatever they've done at church. So this is a good opportunity for us, because we always want to educate our viewers that you really need to encourage your students, your children, to go out and give back to the community. Because all of that really plays a part, not in only getting the scholarships, but getting into college. Those things are asked on the application.
Exactly. And each organization, we encourage our young people that they do need to volunteer and do community service, because that is one of the things that they look at when they're looking at college applications.
Okay. And so you are one of the Omega men, as well as my brother-in-law and my nephews, both of them. So what is Omega Psi-Phi doing? I know here we have, in Columbus, we have a mentoring program, and they're doing all kinds of things, teaching them how to tie a tie. They give away scholarships every year. So what are you all doing in the Albany metro area?
We have a mentoring program as well for the Eta Omicron chapter in Albany.
Okay, and what is it now?
Yeah, mentoring program.
Okay, but what's the chapter?
The chapter Eta Omicron.
Okay, all right, because you all say it so often that you know, okay. All right, that's okay.
Eta Omicron.
Okay.
Yeah, and we pride ourselves on our mentoring program, in which we take young men from the community and we work with them on different things, teaching them how to go from a boy to a man the proper way. It's not always about going fisticuffs to solve problems. We're teaching them how to
I need for you to say that again. It's not always about going where?
What we call fisticuffs.
Fists to cuffs.
Yes, ma'am.
Which meaning you don't need to fight and end up in the criminal justice system trying to prove you a man.
Definitely.
So Omega Psi-Phi is really sitting and beating that drum to young men that you don't have to go fist to cuff to prove that you're a man. I like that. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. We also have a scholarship program. We sponsor an annual golf tournament every year, in which all of the funds from that golf tournament go towards our scholarship program. And we are in the process of looking at some other programs to also help grow our scholarship program within the community as well as the metropolitan Albany area.
And so this mentoring program, is this ongoing? It's a weekly, monthly? It's year-round?
Year-round. Year-round.
And so for parents, or we have, unfortunately, sometimes divorce happens and we have single parents raising. Particularly, we have women trying to raise men. So you all kind of help step in the gap with that. Like teaching them how to tie a tie.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
And as well as change a tire.
A car tire.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. That's important. Those are life skills.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So for the AKAs, my niece Kia Chambers is an AKA here in Columbus. What program do you have for girls? I know you all have some type of program.
Yes, ma'am. We have 3 programs that we're currently working with the young ladies. We have the EYL program.
EYL.
Yes, ma'am. Emerging Young Leaders.
Emerging Young Leaders.
We have a program that we call Ascend, and that's a program for both male and female.
Okay.
High school students.
Okay.
And then we have the ACT Teams. That is a project that the local chapter began some years back, and we continue to carry that program. And those basically are like our middle school children.
Okay, so the ACT, ACT,
Yes, ma'am.
is for the middle schoolers.
Yes, ma'am.
And then the Ascend is for your male, female high school students.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you're trying to catch them
Catch 'em.
wherever you can catch them.
Exactly.
All right.
All ages.
All
Yes.
ages.
Yes.
So is it required that their parent be a part of your organization?
We encourage the parents to participate as much as they can. We have programs that they can come with their young ladies to participate in. So yes, ma'am.
But they don't have to be AKA?
No.
Okay.
No.
But you want parental involvement?
Right.
Okay.
And we're not trying to encourage the young ladies or the male to go into any particular organization. We just want to do things or activities that will make them better citizens and better leaders.
Oh, that is really awesome. You know, and I know that you all have these certain keys that you're supposed to be fulfilling these goals and missions with the organizations. But if we look at the state of the United States, the condition of the United States, then we really should be sounding the alarm. We should be trying to duplicate this all over to make sure that we reach every child we can reach, because all the children are our children. I tell people that. In my other life, I was a social worker. You can think that they're not all our children, but I tell you what, either you pay me now or you pay me later, but you will pay.
Yes.
Right. And so because you're trying to teach them to be good citizens and productive, that's what you want with these young men. So when they see you all come from all professions, right?
Exactly.
And you want to show them what? That they can be in a Q jacket just like that and not have to stand on the street corner every day. That's what you're trying to show them
Exactly.
something different?
This jacket just shows that we are able to come together, even though we are different. We're very diverse in our professions as well as our thinking, but it shows that we are able to come together and find some common ground to do a greater work as the organization does to improve the overall quality of life.
For everyone in the community.
Yes, ma'am.
Because if everyone's successful, it's better for everybody.
Exactly.
And then we have different levels of success.
Correct.
I tell people all the time, all of our gifts and talents are different. But we need all of those to make the world go round.
Correct.
You know, you might be a doctor, you might be a lawyer, but we always need that mechanic, because if we didn't, all those nice cars you drove here today wouldn't be rolling. No, really.
Yeah.
So we don't get into the big eyes of little U's,
Right.
because it takes all of us to make it work. Okay, do you all have a website or contact information in Albany? I want to make sure we get that in before we go.
The Albany
Hellenic
Council. We don't have a website.
What's your contact information? You can just reach out to any of the fraternities or sororities
Yes.
to get more any of the Greek organizations.
Yes, ma'am.
This has been straightforward. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Until next time, be blessed.